quack, 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 quack. No!
Hell was that?
What do you?
Damn it!
Yeah.
All right, let me hold on. Let's act like this never happened. What is going on, everyone, and welcome into the Oregon channel, the Oregon Live Show, right here on the Oregon channel, the voice of college football. Now on Wednesdays. How you doing, Spaz?
I'm all right.
This always starts out so great. I try so hard, and then it's still one little button click, and it all goes to waste.
Yep. Professional.
Shut up, LW. Yeah, that's sarcasm. He should have put hashtag sarcasm after that.
Does Ben know professional?
No. Mark,
Yeah,
I told you that in text and confidence the other day. Mark should have fired me a couple years ago, but he's kept me on. I'm the only one dumb enough, I guess, to stay here.
Yeah.
Anyways, good luck to the editor once again.
How many of those we're gonna get in this week?
He should make a short of that. That'd be awesome.
Good luck to the editor.
Make a short of that.
How do you
so
like
yes,
this now? I'm trying to get my lighting to.
You're like
That's
nothing
better.
can help you, Spaz.
That's better. That's not as glaring.
You are wearing a shirt about cauliflower.
Yeah, wrestling. Cauliflower Club, Vegas.
When am I on time for anything? Never.
Yeah.
No matter how much you plan something goes wrong or gets delayed and it pushes everything back. That's just how shit goes.
Yeah, Ben has to cook dinner, or he has to.
That's what it was.
Dishes,
I shut up. What? It's like Spaz knows my life. Cooking. It was definitely that. I planned it, I timed it, and then it's like, you know what? Nah, that timing
I love
you did,
Joey.
hell no.
Once
again, for the editor, to Joey.
Oh, there's the real editor, huh? We know it's Joey.
Jesus. So
hey, how about them ducks, man? We smashed a beaver cleaver again.
Shocking. Well, I won't say shocking. I mean, you were much more optimistic than I was. I was very hesitant. I have not done the tally, but basically, I can say you won the week.
Ruben, shout out to my buddy Ruben. Thanks for coming on, buddy. If you're down in Eugene, Springfield area, please check out my guy Ruben at Ranchitos Grill on Mohawk Boulevard there in Springfield. They got the best service. They got great food, awesome drinks. Ruben serves up a mean margarita. You want a good mean margarita? Go see Ruben.
We're still waiting on that sponsorship. Look at that promo you just got, Ruben.
No, smashing beavers. Well, why can't we? Isn't that what we're supposed to do, Ruben?
No smashing the beavers. Yeah, Spaz, you won the week. Nick was, I guess technically he was next, and then I was in third place. So you won the week. Good job with your 41-17.
Yeah, I was pretty good there. I was pretty close.
You were correct. So I'll take that loss. That's fine. I was being a little pessimistic this week after the first two, obviously. Yeah, let's just talk about it. I mean, let's talk about it because we did the post game, but I nothing. I have nothing basically bad to say about this game outside of maybe the defense just starting slow the first couple Beaver drives.
Yeah, adjusting to their game plan and figuring out how they were going to slow down the Beaver attack. You knew that really the only way the Beavers were going to have any shot of winning that game was to run the ball, establish the run, ball control, keep the ball as long as you could. Do not let that Oregon offense on the field, because you just had a feeling that this was going to be the week that they were going to figure out their offensive line issues. And we saw firsthand that I think they figured some things out.
Well, that was definitely the hope. Obviously, we had to kind of see how it went, but it seems like at least they found a core group that works. At least is efficient. Let's put it that way.
Putting Poncho at center where he belongs was the best move right there. That
yes,
and clarified a lot of your issues.
Shout out to us here. We've been saying, please put Poncho at center. He's the most experienced center you have. I mean, he is. So please, you need to put him back there. Well, let's see. And I should have had this pulled up beforehand. My bad. I'm a professional, remember?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Come on in, Joey. We'd love to hear.
Joey has the power, so actually he can. You know, I mean, I'm not going to say anything bad about. I had to remember if his name Giovanni McCoy. You know, Oregon State's quarterback right now. It's not like he played a bad game. It's just he only has so much around him.
Yeah, he did. He played a fine game. He ran the ball efficiently. He had some nice dink and dunk passes. You are not challenging Oregon's secondary versus your receivers because they just don't have the receiving core that compared to Oregon's safeties and corners. So you knew that they were just going to run the ball and throw some mid screens and maybe a few crossing routes. And that's pretty much what they did, because once the second half came out, I knew I was like, I have a feeling Oregon's going to shut them out in the second half. I figured they would go in, make the adjustments there, because there wasn't really many adjustments to make defensively wise. So, and that's exactly what they did. They went out, scored that first field goal to go up to 2 scores, and then immediately Beavers went 3 and out. They took the ball, went right back downfield, scored a touchdown, and that was pretty much the game at that point.
Well, and even the Beavers scoring at the end of the half there on the most trivial roughing the passer call I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
That was even the announcers and the replay official, you know, like their guy was like, I don't know what they were looking at. And I'm like, oh God.
Well, and
it was awful. That was a terrible call.
Dan was asked today by Dexter Porter, can't even think of his name now, I just drew a blank. James Crepia. He was asked today by James if they had heard from the league about that, about the two, the one from the Fresno State that was not called on Dylan Gabriel, and the one Saturday that was called on
Boise State?
Or Boise State, excuse me, yes. Yeah.
That was Spaz, lay off the pipe.
And
you're welcome, editor. You're welcome, editor.
And yeah, he said that both calls were verified, that, you know, the call was missed last week, and the call this week was incorrect. It was not a penalty.
Well, no, that's something with rule changes that I think they have to do. If you do roughing the passer if you include targeting, roughing the passer with targeting, if there's no targeting, they should also be allowed to then review the roughing the passer. That is more subjective, obviously, than the targeting, but it is what it is. Oregon State got 7 points at the end, whatever. But yeah, the second half, it didn't slow down. Like it did not slow down at all. So shout out to the Beaver fans. And what is it on? What is it? Is it Damnation on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to them for being delusional as usual. Even after that.
Yeah, that guy is, yeah.
That ass whooping.
Oh, we're going to schedule Wake Forest in 25 and 29 so we could avoid the Civil War. Shut up, dude.
Oh, thinking of Twitter. Has anyone seen Cal's Twitter lately? What the absolute hell is going on with Cal and their Twitter account? Oh, they are trolling hard. Oski looks happy for the first time in his 100 years of being just creepy and sad. It's amazing. Whoever's running the Cal Twitter account right now, keep it up because they are trolling the ACC, especially FSU. I believe they play FSU this week. They are trolling them hard online right now.
They play Miami
so
this
good.
week, don't they?
I don't know. They are trolling Florida
it's
State.
Miami they play this week.
I don't. Hold on. Let me go back here. Hold on.
Because somebody was saying, can they beat Miami? Can Justin Wilcox beat Miami?
I mean, Cal has to be happy about something. No, Cal is at Florida State this week.
Oh.
That's why they're trolling Florida State. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, exactly. There it is, David. Yeah. They are like just all over the place all of a sudden. I'm like, who's running the Cal Twitter account? Because it's amazing.
Yeah, but if they go in, is that in Tallahassee or at Cal?
In Tallahassee.
Ooh.
If they go in there, well, I mean, when they should. They took out Auburn on the road. I would think that seeing Florida State that we've seen them, they should be able to go in there and actually take out Florida State.
If Justin Wilcox goes on the road and beats Auburn and Florida State in back-to-back weeks, Cal better give him an extension.
Well, that already says how bad Florida State and Auburn are. Well, we know how bad Florida State is, but still, that Twitter account has been absolutely just like, what the hell? I've never seen a Cal Twitter account until this week.
What were your biggest takeaways from Saturday's whipping?
I was gonna say special teams until a little bit of special teams in the sense of but then again, their kicker kicked the ball right into the back of their own lineman's head, so it really didn't count. Overall, the defense, though, when they needed to get stops, they did, and of course the adjustments. But yeah, the offense was finally clicking, like you said. The O-line finally had like at least a decent arrangement that worked. No penalties on the O-line. No sacks allowed. Only, I believe it was 2 pressures even allowed. It was just a whole different thing. Now, again, it is Oregon State. No offense to them. They still have guys there. They still have talent. But I would say that was still impressive enough for me to go, okay, I'm much more confident now, especially going into the bye week, to then continue to progress, with those guys and the communication. David, I bet Cal wins. If I had money to lay, I would probably put it on Cal too. What is the line here? I want to see. I'm sure there's a line for this. Obviously, it's Power 5. Power 4, sorry. Power 4. Oh. The line. Wow, the line is. I mean, really? What? The line says Florida State minus 2.5.
I think that's because it's at home.
Well, yeah, they give them 58.8% chance of winning because it's at home. But I'm like, hello, Cal's 3-0. Oh, FSU is 0-3. Get like this guy. Get the out of here. Spaz missed it. It was so quick.
Oh, must have been Joey. I knew it.
What's going on, guys? Y'all doing all right?
I hope
What's up,
Florida
Joey?
State goes. I hope Florida State goes 0-4. It would be amazing to watch the absolute meltdown. Even
The absolute meltdown's already happened.
Oh, I know. This would be like Chernobyl level.
Yeah, they're garbage. They're absolutely horrible. I mean, but the way that I was going to, what I was saying earlier is, if Oregon don't fix itself, because they've been riding the struggle bus a little bit. I mean, come on, Boise State, you guys should have destroyed them, and so I'm worried about you guys a little bit.
I'm putting the brakes on the Boise State. Idaho State, or Idaho, rather, it's not Idaho State. Idaho. They are very good FCS
Right.
team. So that was a struggle fest. It shouldn't have been. It was week 1. Boise State, though, Oregon had never beaten Boise State before, even in Chip Kelly years. They'd never beat them. And Boise State, I think, is right there to be the group of 5 playoff team. So, I mean, they're a good team, but at the same time, it was stressful. But so to see it kind of all come together this last week with the O-line mainly was like, okay.
Well, now, in all honesty, and I got to turn my camera off, guys, because my internet kind of lags a little bit. I moved my office, and I've not got everything set up yet. I'm trying. But anyway.
He turns off his camera because he's Joey, kind of fugly.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that stuff. But yeah, you're right. I mean, look, Boise State probably should be up in a Power 5 conference, to be honest with you. I mean, if it was their football team only, right? I mean, because sure not anything else. Sure not their academics or anything. It's just, but their football team is legit.
Well, they arguably have the best running back in the country right now.
Yeah.
And they do.
I mean, it's like arguably, definitely, they probably do, honestly. But and it took him a little while to get going, but then he started wearing down the line, and that's what he's gonna do. He's a big boy.
But what I wanted to come in here and ask,
State.
what I wanted to come in here and ask both you guys, because you guys are old Pac-12 guys and things. Here's what I'm thinking: Pac-12 is trying to get back together. Why don't Stanford and Cal go back into the Pac-12 and make sense of this thing? I mean, that would, number one, that would help the rebuild the conference if Cal and Stanford goes back, right? That helps legitimize
get out of the ACC bye. They're locked in until 29.
Right, that's just it.
I asked that on the Sunday show. I was like, we talked about it, and I was like, it would make perfect sense because there was talk about that. I'm like, yeah, but how do you get out of whatever obligations you've signed on to?
Money.
Well, no, I know.
And guess what? I don't think Stanford or Cal either one are hurting for any money. So.
Well, no, most of this is obviously academic.
Stanford definitely not.
Yeah.
No. Stanford's got what? Almost $1 trillion, it seems like, these days. So,
would that be the collapse of the ACC if Stanford and Cal just opted out and paid off a thing and went back to the Pac-12? Would that be the end of the ACC officially?
If it eventually ends up with Florida State and Clemson leaving, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There's still some good teams in the ACC. Don't get me wrong. You got
Well,
you got Virginia Tech, you got Miami, you got Pitt. There's some good teams out there that would fit in the Big 12, but that for the most part, the ACC would be done. That would be for sure.
well, and thinking about that too is so even without Stanford and Cal, Pac-12 is like Boise State, San Diego State teams we talked about. They're looking at Tulane and stuff like that. Are they going to become just the group of what I guess it would be group of 6, or are they going to become the group of 5 and the other teams are just shit out of luck in the Mountain West?
Mountain West is probably done.
It's kind of an interesting look at. It's like you're destroying the Mountain West, but rebuilding the Pac-12. But are you going to be a power?
Yeah, but just think this time last year how happy the Mountain West was. They were excited. I mean, they were thinking, okay, we're getting Washington State and Oregon State, and I mean, they were fired up, right? So look at where they are. Look at where they are today now.
Oh yeah, especially losing like Boise State.
That's what scares me.
Programs.
That's what scares me because that could happen in the Big 12 too, right? That could happen in the ACC. It could happen in the Big 12. Hell, who knows? The SEC is so big, it could happen in the Big 10. That it just all of a sudden gets flipped on its head and everybody goes to the SEC. That makes a difference. I mean, who knows?
I don't see that. I see the ACC.
No, I don't either.
I think the Big 12 has at least solidified themselves enough with enough teams and coverage. It's the ACC is next.
Oh, I think so too. I agree. I'm not saying that anything like that will happen. I'm just saying down the road, what could happen 10 years down the road from now? If this happened in 1 year to the Mountain West, the 1 year they're sitting on top of the mountain and they're excited and they're going to look pretty daggone good. And then all of a sudden the next year, they're looking at maybe being done away with as a conference. That could hurt. So I don't know what's
Joey, I need a shirt done.
Huh?
I need a shirt done.
Okay, what's that?
Spaz at the Voice of College Football.
Spaz at the Voice of College Football. Okay. Yeah, a polo T-shirt or you're not a polo guy. You want a T-shirt?
Yeah, I just want a T-shirt.
Okay. All right. So all you got to do is send me some money. I'll get that shirt made right up for you, mail it right out. No, seriously, I'll give you a good deal, Spaz. So I have well, I can't talk about that. But anyway, you'll get a shirt. I'm gonna tell you probably get a shirt here. Don't worry about it. So anyway,
get one with me and Ben on there.
Get one with you and Ben. Well, yeah. I just wanted to come on for a minute because I'm a West Virginia guy. So honestly, I don't keep up with Oregon on everything and stuff, but I'm a college football fan first and foremost. So just like this past week, no lie, this is no lie. My wife was bitching me out for this.
Of course, Yvette was bitching you out.
I had a 70-inch TV on YouTube with 4 football games on it. Down below it on a table, I had a 60-inch television screen on YouTube with 4 football games on it. I had my laptop sitting there with a football game on it. I had my tablet sitting there with another football game on it, and I had a football game on my phone. And I'm watching every one of these football games. Now, obviously, I'm not seeing every play, and everything, but it's a lot of fun to do that and things. So I'm a college football fan first and foremost. And when you do that to that extent and you do that for like 12 hours, it's kind of crazy. Football goes on forever these days.
Yeah, I have 4. I'll have 4 games on sometimes and 2 screens. I'm like, overload. Yeah.
That's what I was Saturday. I was overloaded. I told her, I said, I'm going to tell you what, this Saturday, that ain't happening. Because I even did it during the West Virginia game. Now, I put West Virginia on the 70-inch TV, right? I had the backyard brawl on 70-inch TV. But I still had all the other TVs and tablets and laptops sitting there with other games on them. So I'm even not paying complete attention to the backyard brawl. I'm looking away to other things, too.
Well,
occasionally.
at the end of the day, you didn't need to pay attention to it. So,
Well, the thing about it is when we got ahead and we were up by 10 points with 3 minutes to go in the freaking game. And do you realize that at one point in the third quarter, do you realize that Pitt had minus 2 yards? Does anybody
No.
realize that? Pitt had minus 2 yards on the game a little bit into the third quarter. I'm I think it was like 7 minutes into the third quarter. All right. They got all their yards and everything they done after that. They changed our defense. We were in a 4-3, right? And all of a sudden we went to a 3-4. Why? I don't know. And they picked our ass apart. They ran the ball down our throat. They scrambled around. The quarterback got some big runs. They got some balls down the field, even with 8 people back. It was like crazy. So, I couldn't figure it out. We have a 4-3 defense going on the entire first half and most of the third quarter. We have a 4-3 defense, and we have shut them down. And I mean shut them down. They scored some points, but guess what? We had at one time, the last I heard, I don't even know what the final thing was. We had 12 tackles for loss. And that was in the third quarter I heard this. We had 12 tackles for loss. And on top of that, not even counting into that, we had 5 sacks. So if you count that, we had 17 tackles for loss. And some of these losses were 20 yards. I mean, they were bad. So we were totally dominating them with a 4-3 defense. And then we come in there and switch it up to a 3-4. Who the hell does that? Man, if something's that guitar right there behind you, that some bitch ain't broke, but you ain't gonna go over and fix it either, are you? It's not broke. So why do you do that?
no. Overthinking, adjustments, and just bad play calling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously.
And I shouldn't even been talking about that on the Oregon channel, but I just, we were talking a little bit of college football and everything. But yeah, that backyard ball was crazy. But anyway, I wish Oregon a lot of luck. I like Oregon. I've always liked Oregon. Always have. I like to pick on Ben. I like to pick on all you guys, Spaz as well. But Oregon's one of my favorite teams, or I wouldn't be in here tonight. Oregon's one of my favorite teams. I guarantee you, I love John the Adamo, but I don't go to the Michigan show very much at all. I'm just not a fan of Michigan,
No,
but I am a fan of Oregon.
Yeah, it's like the USC show. I go there just to troll them.
Oh yeah, we love trolling USC's channel.
Yeah, and I'm kind of a USC fan too, so I'll probably shoot over and troll Tim a little bit, and stuff.
I kind of hope they lose at Michigan this week, just so I can be like, oh, what was that about being tough and gritty? And is the Big Ten ready?
I've always said that it seems like always in college football, not just in the football world, but also in the YouTube world or just in the world altogether, it's like we all come together at some point, and we're all fans of each other's teams at some point. There's been times when I was rooting like hell for Pittsburgh to win a game, even though I can't stand Pittsburgh. Yeah, there was times I've rooted for Penn State to have to win a game because of things in the past. It's like, it's only sport in the world where you can hate something one week and hope like hell they win the next week. I mean, just you're cheering them on like you do your own team. And it's the only sport in the world where you do that, it seems like to me. How about you guys? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No. I mean,
yeah.
Well, and Beaver fans hate us saying it. It's like I always root for the Beavers unless we're playing them.
Mm-hmm.
Or it matters. Like if they're like, for instance, if they're in the race for the conference title and they have to lose and then we can get in or something like that, then I'm like, die Beavers, die. But
it's like this week. Marshall's going to Ohio State, right? And Marshall and Ohio State are going to play a football game. Now, we all know Ohio State's a better team here. But all I said this morning in a morning show on the main channel of the Voice of College Football was, watch out. Marshall upset Notre Dame here a couple years ago. in South Bend. So don't overlook these boys. That's all I said. These are West Virginia boys. These boys, they're going to hit you. I mean, most of Marshall's team are West Virginia Mountaineer for real guys. You know what I'm saying? They've grown up and they're going to be coal miners, and they're built, they're stacked, they're ready to go. They're overlooked by the media and they don't get stars and rankings, but they're good damn football players. So, you got to watch out for Marshall, because Marshall can absolutely hand it to you. Now, are they going to do that to Ohio State? No, I don't believe so. I think Ohio State will beat them pretty handily. But if Ohio State comes in there with their head down and just overlooking them, Marshall can beat them.
Notre Dame does this every year to one or two teams where they're like, I don't know if they overlook it or they just, whatever it is, Notre Dame does it every year.
Yeah, they do. They always shit a game. Yeah.
Sorry, Will.
I will probably be the first one to say that's true, But anyway, I'll get out of here, guys, so you guys can finish your Oregon show.
Good luck, Joey.
Well, I don't want to interrupt your show or anything. You guys,
too late.
It's bye week. We're just
too late, Joey.
So we're just sitting around here just shooting a bull now, huh?
Yeah, it's bye week. It's like
I mean, that's it. We're talking We're talking just improvements, what they can do to sustain what they had going, and then next week's UCLA week,
which is another bye week.
Well, let me ask y'all a question, and you might have to look that up. I don't know. What are y'all ranked defensively and offensively in the country?
I would have to look at that.
I haven't looked at numbers.
Yeah. I'm like you guys. I mean, hell, I do a West Virginia show, and I couldn't tell you where we're ranked either. That's why I didn't know if y'all
offensively, we're probably top 10, probably top 20.
Yeah.
Maybe
I would think
the running game's kind of suck.
Actually, I'd say probably top 30.
I was like, I don't know about. Yeah, I was like top.
Our running game
25 or whatever. Team statistics, offensively, it looks like they have Oregon. Oh yeah, about 30.
30.
Just by scrolling. That's total offense. Defense. The Boise State game obviously took us down quite a bit. But again, we have such a short sample size. But I'd say about 30th right now.
Okay, so here's my point on that. If you are a top 30 offense and you are a top 30 defense, you're a top 10 program without a doubt.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's good enough for general.
Are you a national championship team? That's where you wonder.
Yeah,
your top 30 offense, your top 30 defense. Look, there are teams that are top 13 or top 15 rather in offense, and then they're top 50 in defense, and they're pretty good teams, right? I mean. And you can flip that up and look at Iowa, and they could be 100th in offense and, number one in defense. And they're a pretty good team. So there's those teams like that. But when you're like an Oregon team, or even, for that matter, a Clemson team or somebody, when you're top 30 in both categories, you're definitely a top 10 team. Are you a top 5 team, and are you a national champion? That's my question.
Yeah, and that's I think that's where you're going to see improvements over the year. But yeah, if you're in the range of top 20 to 30, you're still probably right there, because not many. I mean, over the years, I guess if you look back, whenever they started doing the statistics, I'm going to say there are very few teams that are top 10 defense and offense combined over the season. Not many, anyways.
Yeah.
Usually one is lacking. Then you
how much longer does Neil Brown survive down there, Joey?
Well, I'll tell you, here's how I feel about that. I have been a huge supporter of Neil Brown, and here's why. Neil Brown's done an amazing job with the culture at West Virginia because it was. Y'all mind if I cuss on y'all's channel a little bit? It was a piece of shit culture at West Virginia after Dana Holgerson.
Good luck.
Dana Holgerson had absolutely the worst culture you've seen in your life. You would go into the locker room, you would go into the football thing, whatever, just any kind of facility, and you would see like maybe a wide receiver and a left tackle over in the corner just talking and hanging out. I mean, and then you would see a quarterback and maybe I don't know, a cornerback and a cornerback over in the corner just hanging out talking. And you would see this all around the locker room. And it was like these little cliques. You have these little cliques of 5 or 6 players that were like the king of the Creole, right? And then you have this little clique of another 10 or 12 players that were like just below them top 5 or 6, but they're there running everything too. That was a Dana Holgerson culture. It was a bullshit culture, right? It was crazy. Neil Brown's had to adjust to that and had to change that culture back to, hey, we're a team. Hey, if one man falls, we all fall. And if one man stands up, we all stand up. We dust ourselves off and start all over again, right? Whatever you say to these guys to get their ass fired up. Now, Neil Brown had to adjust all that. He's done that. We have got such a great culture at West Virginia right now that you could walk into that locker room, and I've done it. You walk into that locker room, you have a hard time getting through the locker room because everybody's like piled together. They're all friends. They all love each other. They're all there for each other. It's the best locker room I've seen since Don Nealon, Rich Rodriguez, those guys. So it's like amazing. Well,
I do that.
Now, the only thing they have to do is win. That's Neil Brown's problem. Neil Brown is the best coach in the nation. How many times I say it's last year? He's the best coach in the nation Sunday through Friday, but he can't coach on Saturday. He makes the dumbest damn mistakes and the dumbest damn decisions I've ever seen in my life. We can have, we're amazing. We are such a good team, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, this team that we have, I'm not going to say it's a championship team or anything like that, but it's a top 15 team. It's a top 15 team we have at West Virginia right now. But his coaching decisions and the way he's doing things, they're dropping Garrett Green back in the pocket. I don't know if you guys watched any West Virginia games this year, but they're putting Garrett Green in the pocket. He's not scrambling much anymore. He's a scrambling quarterback. He's a Michael Vick. He's a Pat White. He's a Major Harris. Why the hell? He's not Geno Smith. Why are we putting him back there in the pocket? Why the hell are we putting him in the pocket? He's not a Geno Smith. Let's move him outside. He's more of a Pat White kind of guy. Let him scramble around, see if he can find a hole and take off running. But they're not doing that this year. They did that all last year, and it looked fantastic, and everything looked good. Now this year, they're not doing it, and I don't know, guys. I can't figure it out. It's just coaching. It's just coaching.
It's the same OC, right?
Chad Scott, same one from last year.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say because I was like, you could say the same thing. First year, second year. So first year for with Dan Lanning was Dillingham, and you had Bo Nix. They ran him a lot more. Then the second year, Stein was like, "We're not going to do that," and he didn't run much.
Yeah.
And he sat back in the pocket and didn't have to run. This year, they started not running Gabriel at all or not telling him to run. And this last game, it was like, yeah, you know what? Just go for it if you have to. Screw it. So maybe it's I don't want to say they're looking at a draft stock position with him or passing, or if they're just trying a different philosophy.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Look, Neil Brown loves these guys very much. Neil Brown absolutely loves these guys, and he wants to see them succeed in the NFL or wherever they got to go, right? He did it with Zach Frazier. He did it with Benny Bishop. I mean, he is a guy. He's done it with so many people that all through his career. That if he's got an NFL prospect on there, he's going to do everything he can to make him look good. Well, now he's got Garrett Green in there. Garrett Green's an NFL prospect. But guess what? He is because of his ability to scramble, run around, and make a play. He's a freaking Patrick Mahomes type guy. That's what Garrett Green is. But they're not letting him do that. They're dropping him back in the pocket. It makes no damn sense to me. So, yeah.
Well, change of philosophy for whatever reasons. Obviously, no one's going to say whatever the reason is. And like with Gabriel, I think, and Spaz would agree, I think this last game they went, like as soon as he did the speed option for a touchdown, it was like, you got to run him at least 5 or 6 times a game.
Not a lot. Just, 5 or 6 times.
Just make him the threat of running.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's what they did in the Pitt game, and I didn't like that because I don't know if you guys watched the Pitt game, but it got through the third quarter, and it looked like that at halftime they had made the adjustment that let's let Garrett Green go, be Garrett Green. Let him run, let him scramble. And we went straight down the field a couple of drives. I mean, just straight down the field with practically Garrett Green. He was scrambling around, running, and he would run for 10, 12 yards. And then he'd run for 5 or 6, and then he would throw the ball for 10 or 12 yards. And we just went straight down the field a couple of times. They let Garrett Green beat Garrett Green. It looked like he was calling his own plays to me, like he was just letting it go, doing what he wanted to do, putting the game on his shoulder. And then all of a sudden, it just like swapped again. And so the thing what I'm trying to get at, to me, it seemed like with the major swings in the game, that in coaching styles that they were doing, for going from a 4-3 to a 3-4 in defense when we were shutting them down completely with a 4-3. Even late into the third quarter, we were shutting them down with a 4-3. It's not like it was a halftime adjustment. We would shut them down late in the third quarter with a 4-3 still. Why in the hell switch to a 3-4? And then with the offense and coming out in the third quarter and Garrett Green running the ball down their throat and just throwing the ball down the field like he wants to do and scramble around and being a real Garrett Green, why do you go back to putting him back in the pocket? So my question is he trying to pull something over on the Big 12 and make other Big 12 teams prepare for everything? And I've been saying that since game 1. We've tried a 2-point conversion when there was absolutely no need to do it, absolutely unnecessary. And somebody said later on, why did we try that? And I said, I think we were just trying to put some stuff on film. The more you put on film, the more they have to prepare for it. Guess what? Albany, we blew off the map, but he put a lot of stuff on film. He did all kinds of crazy stuff. Then the Pitt game, there was 4 different philosophies of football. Watch that game. He changed his mind 4 different times in that game of how he coached it. And I don't know if
the parts I saw of that game looked good. I mean, it looked like, to me, I flipped back and forth a lot on that morning game, and I thought that was really the best game of the day, really, because it just went back and forth the whole day.
Right. It was a good game. And the thing about it is you wouldn't know it if you looked at the numbers, because West Virginia totally dominated that game. I mean, just totally dominated it, We had so many tackles for loss and so many sacks. It was crazy. I mean, I think they had 1 sack the whole day, and they might have had 2 or 3 tackles for loss. Hell, in the first 10 plays of the game, we had 5 tackles for loss already. So, I mean, it was like one of those days where they seriously, in the third quarter, at one point, they had -2 yards on the game.
Wow.
Because we had sacked them so much in the third quarter and brought them down for tackles for loss. We ended up, I mean, I don't know what we ended up. Like I said, at one point in the third quarter, we had 12 tackles for loss.
It could have been a passive coaching adjustment where they went, more of a prevent and more of a just let's do this offensively. And obviously,
let's stop playing to win. Let's stop playing to win and start playing not to lose. and that gets you every time. Yeah, and you guys know this too. How many times has Oregon done that? How many times has Oregon been ahead of a team they should have been ahead of? But it was a good team, right? It's a Power 5 team, and it's a good tough game. But Oregon's ahead by 10, and there's 3 minutes to go, and they somehow just change everything up and just switch up their total philosophy and end up losing the damn game. Does that ever happen to Oregon?
I don't know if it's well, I don't know if it's a change up. It's more of just an utter collapse and shit. Yeah, play calling.
Yeah. That's just it. That's all you can do is blame coaching. So that's what was the question that was asked. What about Neil Brown in the hot seat? Yeah, Neil Brown is on the hot seat again, without a doubt.
Mark, you traitor. Mark, you traitor. Get off Ryan Winters. He's Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I don't know if he was. I wasn't on there. I don't know. You traitor, Mark. I'm just calling him out. Whatever. He's here, well, I guess.
I came in here and ran a couple of people off, I believe. So
no, it's dead week.
I know it is. It really is. And, well, not only that, you got to think about something. I was telling Yvette today, she said, "Are you not live tonight?" And I said, Wednesdays are just not a good night on YouTube. They're just not. I don't care who you are, where you are. I was on Pigskin Pete earlier. Pigskin Pete's got thousands of subscribers, and he had, I think there was 13 people in there at that time. I don't know how many's in there now, if he's even still alive. But he had like 13.
Ryan, our buddy up here, he had 171 on when we went off at 7:20.
Wow. Now that's good.
Yeah.
I have never had any luck on Wednesday nights, and I've never seen a lot of people have a lot of luck on Wednesday nights, really. And I've always said to myself, you know what that is? Because everywhere you go, Wednesday is ladies' nights at the bars, and the guys want to be there because it's ladies' night, and they ain't in here talking football. They're out there chasing them two-legged deer.
Bitch, that hurt.
God. What happened?
Old man injuries.
Old man injuries.
Damn it!
Good luck, editor.
Foot slipped in right into my desk, and it's like metal.
I don't know how your foot slips when you're sitting down. Okay.
Pro Duck update segment. There you go, Ben. You need to do a Pro Duck update segment. Each week.
Oh, yeah.
Each week, do a Pro Duck update segment.
Mark, actually.
Yeah. I ought to do that on my channel, too, over on the West Virginia channel. I really should. Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Ben, I think I can even do that.
But did y'all hear? I don't know if y'all know it or not, but Tavon Austin announced his retirement from football. So he retired. He's done. Of course, Stedman Bailey got shot years ago. Man, he would have been so damn good. He was so good in the NFL. He was good at West Virginia. He was really good in the NFL. Overlooked quite a bit for things. Stedman Bailey was freaking awesome. But Geno Smith. Look, you talking about somebody when he came out of West Virginia, and the New York Jets drafted him. I said, "Oh fuck,
yep.
Oh, what the hell? This is bullshit." I said, "Geno, don't go. Just turn it down. Just say I appreciate the offer, but I'll pass." Seriously, just walk away. That hurt Geno's career being at the New York Jets.
Shocking a quarterback would be destroyed by the New York Jets.
I think he has a legitimate case. I think he has a legitimate case to go back and sue the New York Jets for past friggin', paychecks that he could have had they protected him.
What's Zach Wilson's fault then? What's Zach Wilson's excuse?
Yeah, really, true. That's true.
Just terrible.
Geno's a damn good quarterback. He was a West Virginia quarterback. The problem is now he's got a little bit of age to him. So, he's been in the NFL for 12 years and just now getting a starting role pretty much, He's still a rookie. A 12-year rookie.
Well, it's the same as you can argue it. Spaz and I will. Same as Marcus Mariota. Everyone wanted to change his style of play, and it just never really fit him. Now you look at what the NFL does, and you're like, oh, but they still don't use him correctly. And now he's aged,
and now he's
bit more,
now he's the water boy.
Yeah, it's like now he's aged more, and it's like, well, it's not gonna maybe come back, but people misused him because they wanted to make him pro
because he was a great college quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, and that happens. That does happen a lot. I mean, he made his money. He made his money.
Tennessee. Who is that? Who is that coach? They just ruined him.
Well,
they tried to change the quarterback that he was instead of implementing an offense based around him and his abilities.
Well, they had what was his name, and then they had Variable, but the other guy before him, there was a coach before him for 2 or 3 years.
Who Jeremy Pruitt. Jeremy Pruitt.
No.
At Tennessee football, NFL.
Yeah.
Oh! I thought you were talking about Tennessee Volunteers.
No. From Mariota, it was Variable, but then before that, he had two or three.
Mike Vrabel. Oh, Jeff Fisher.
No.
You sure?
Yes. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Jeff Fisher was with either the Rams or Saints.
Good God! Do I have to Google this for everyone? Jesus Christ! Jesus.
Yeah, I'm horrible.
I think he was the Saints, if I'm not mistaken. Hell, I can't remember. I don't watch NFL. I am not an NFL guy whatsoever.
I'm not either. I know who he is, and I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking. Let me see. So we had Mike Vrabel. That's it, and that's who Mariota liked the most was. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Mariota had 3 coaches at the Titans, hence why his career never went fucking nowhere. He had Ken Wisenhunt, who he loved, who drafted him. Then he had Mike.
Yep.
Then he had Mike Mularkey. That's who I was trying to think of. Mike.
That's Mularkey. What Mark said. That's what Mark said in the chat. Mularkey.
And then Mike. Yeah, and then Mike Vrabel.
Yeah. Ken Wisenhunt was an offensive-minded coach, and that's why they did so well that first year or two that he was there. And then when they let Wisenhunt go and brought in Mularkey, then it just went to shit.
Yeah, when you take a quarterback out of a system that they're used to and try to make them something different, doesn't generally go so well.
Defensive-minded coach, that's the problem. Vrabel and Mularkey are defensive-minded coaches.
Well, they're both no longer the head coach of that team. So.
I want to bring something up because I know Ben's not going to bring it up on this channel, so I will. So Ben, on your channel, Exploring with Ben and Sam, you've got a big show that's going to be coming up here real soon, don't you? And you're going to be going out and going on a little excursion with a big YouTuber. You want to talk about that?
I don't have a big show coming up or anything like that. No. But yes, I will be going on the excursion.
Well, you want to talk about that? From up that a little bit? I think it's pretty cool.
All right. Well, we're Oregon Ducks Live 61 number 61 here, but hey, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. So we will be giving an update. We'll be giving updates to Mark as well as Spaz will still be here next week. Like for instance, just like next week. This weekend we're off to bye week. Next week we'll be doing the UCLA preview here with the Locked On UCLA podcast. Then Spaz will be joined hopefully by Jackson if Jackson's able to do it for the Michigan State preview. I will not be available that or the post game because Spaz will be at the game because I'll be in Paris. Apparently touring a big YouTube channel through the Paris catacombs. I don't know what they think that I know about the catacombs outside of being there multiple times, but yeah, apparently I'm getting.
Well, I think it's
I
pretty
want-
cool. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's big for your channel. I think it's big for you. Congratulations on landing that one. I know you landed Groovy Gavin. Anybody that doesn't know Groovy Gavin, check that out. He's got quite a few 100,000 subscribers. And
he has
you know,
He has 1.3 million.
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He did hit that million mark. 1.3 million subscribers for
Whereas
Groovy Gavin.
the other
And
channel though has over 4 million. So
yeah, so Ben's hitting the big time pretty soon. He's not going to take my calls. He's not going to text me anymore.
Yep, he's not going to be here on the show.
It'll be me and Spaz.
Run
It'll be
this
me and
shit.
Spaz doing an Oregon live show.
I landed.
Yeah.
I landed. Well, hey, not next week. The week after, it'll be Jackson and Spaz apparently doing Oregon.
They're
live
bringing
show.
a Bama man. You're going to bring a Bama man in.
Apparently, I mean,
Dale,
Jackson
I
said he
know.
would. So
Jackson knows everything.
Well, you might have to do
Jackson's
the
the smartest
post-game
guy in the
show.
world.
Joey, you might have to do a Friday post-game Oregon live for us.
Oh, no, hell no. Them Oregon games, ain't no way I'm doing any post games on them Oregon games at 3 o'clock in the damn morning in my time. There ain't no damn way that's happening.
oh,
Y'all
it's
can
not that
kiss
bad.
my-
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, it'll be
yeah,
12.
it would be. It would be pretty late for you, actually. It
Yeah,
would be.
Yeah.
it'll be 1 o'clock in the morning.
Shit, y'all games don't kick off till like, a lot of your games don't kick off till like 10:30 around here. My time,
They're
you know,
freaking doing
PM.
that for the UCLA game too. Probably they said.
Yeah,
Looks
so,
like we're
you
gonna
know,
get stuck in the 7:30 slot. It's like this is
you want Joey to do a post game at 2 o'clock in the morning. Holy shit.
Well,
Hell,
yeah,
man.
well, yeah. and
I'm an
fair-
old
fair-
man.
Fair, Joey. The last time that we had, well, last week, what time was it? Spaz, it was
4:30.
like one. It was 12:45 to 1 a.m. for me. So yeah.
Oh yeah, the Boise
And then
State game.
the year before that, or no, not the year before that. The first year I did it, I fell asleep before the Stanford post game because I was on the East Coast. It was like 1:45, 2 in the morning before when the post game. I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, so 1 a.m. to you is 2 a.m. to me. So I mean, you know, it's like y'all shows go late. Y'all football games go late. I used to love watching Pac-12 go because that would be the only game I could watch, you know, at 10:30 at night. That'd be like the only one that's kicking off. So it's like y'all had a prime time spot for every college football fan in America.
Well, that was a
in
conversation we had before the season. It was like, oh, the Big Ten's not going to do late game shows. I'm like, what? Of course they are. That's taking the
Yeah.
opportunity to advance all the time zones and all that.
Why
stuff.
do
Of
you
course they
think?
are.
Why do you think y'all dissolved? I mean, why do y'all think Fox and ESPN didn't offer things? It's because that's a prime time spot if you think about it. Because it's 10:30 at night, 10:30 at night here on the East Coast. Georgia done played football. Alabama's done played their football. Michigan, Ohio State, West Virginia, Penn State, Pitt. All those teams done played their football, and the fans are looking for a football game to watch. And
Mhm.
so guess what? You're pulling in a crowd from around America on that. That's a prime time spot at night. And
It is,
stuff.
I mean, it is in its own way. It is. I mean, obviously, East Coast, you lose a lot of those viewers. Central, you
Right.
still have some of them for like half of it, maybe. But then you have all Mountain and West Coast.
But that's how the TV markets find out their true viewers. You got to
Yeah.
realize that. That's how they know who are the true college football fans on the East Coast.
No.
Who's tuning into that game between Oregon and USC, you know, on the East Coast that night. Those are true college football fans. That's, you know, and so that's what I mean by that.
What a fight we're gonna have with all the markets on October 12th.
Oh,
You got Tennessee, Florida, Mississippi, LSU, Penn State, USC, Clemson, Wake Forest, Texas, Oklahoma, Stanford, Notre Dame, and then you've got Oregon, Ohio State. What a nightmare!
Ooh.
Penn State, USC. Oh man, I want to see that game.
I'm hoping they put that at 12:30, and the latest intel we've been getting is they're probably going to put Oregon, Ohio State, either 4:30, 5 o'clock on ABC, ESPN.
Yeah.
That's quite outside of Florida State, Wake Forest. That's a lineup. College football fans. Sorry, Florida State, Wake Forest. Florida State could be 5 or 6 by then. I mean, who gives a shit?
Why don't Jackson come in here and hang out with us a little bit?
Because we are at the 1 hour mark.
Oh, okay. I had no idea how long you went.
Yeah, you bitch. Good luck, editor.
I'm not editor.
Not you.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll get out of here, guys, and let you guys wrap your show up. But I appreciate you having me on. It's been a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Good luck to Oregon Ducks. Really, seriously, good luck to Oregon Ducks. Hey, look, I can't stand Ohio State. I can't stand Michigan. And I've always liked Oregon. So, absolutely. Wipe the damn beat. Look, I hate Penn State. You know this. You know I can't stand Penn State. They're a rival of West Virginia. You know I hate Maryland. Maryland's a rival of West Virginia. You know I don't like Rutgers. I mean, there's so many Big Ten teams that West Virginia fans actually hate that they will be rooting for Oregon and USC's and those teams in the Big Ten quite a bit. And Oregon's going to be one of the big teams I root for, along with USC. So whatever you do, just beat Ohio State and Michigan's and the Penn States of the world. Just stomp them in the ground. That's all I ask. So, you guys have a great night.
Thanks for coming in, Joey.
Good night, guys.
Goodbye. Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, Joey can let himself out. He has the power. So the Spaz, you never even gave it. What's your key components to the bye week for Oregon strength wise? I don't think you did. I don't know. I got distracted by Joey's West Virginia comment. Get off the phone, Spaz.
Sorry, I'm dealing with shit like you as well. I've got a convention I'm helping put together out here, and I'm getting people texting me and trying to figure out bring clientele in and stuff. So it's just like
So we're in agreement then, I guess. The bye week, just make sure the O-line's set, communication wise.
Yeah, I think our defense looks good. Has looked good, really, for the most part in most of the games.
Outside of against Genty.
I mean, outside against Genty, and that is something you've got a few days, to work on it, and so luckily you don't have any big backs until Ohio State, so you got time to shore up that D line a little bit and plug that run game a little better. Hopefully, by the time we get to that Ohio State game, our D line is just stacked, solid, and ready to roll.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened there. I hit this something on my keyboard and it pulled up a comment. I was like, "Oh, what the hell?" That was weird. The yeah, and shout out player of the game, or at least defensive player of the game, Bryce Betcher. Congratulations to Bryce Betcher. I mean, he was announced legitimate player of the game, player of the week, etc., etc.
Yeah.
I mean, first play of the game, he almost had an interception. Yeah, no.
And that's why he plays defense.
How dare you? It's the wrong stream. I can't play the how dare you clip. Jackson, stop spending money, Jackson. Oh, if we can get to, let's get to 3,000 subs. Let's get to 3,000 by the end of the year. Let's get to 4. I'd say by the end of the season, let's get to 4,000 subs on the Oregon channel here. I think that's a realistic goal. Very realistic. So definitely. Jackson, thank you. Oh, Spaz, you've been invited. But Captain so Jackson again, thank you very much. And yeah, let's get to 4,000 by the end of the year. Captain Hills getting healthy, number one. The O line, D line consistency out of the bye week. Exactly, 100% right there. The O line showed great promise this week. Let's see some improvement. The D line, let's see some more improvement. But not too much. I'm not super concerned about them. But yes, improvement is always important. And yeah, Spaz, will you go on Tony's show?
Sure, if he's got one, yeah.
I don't know what his show is about. If it's about football or other wild things, but Spaz, you're invited.
Just
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I'm scared, but let me know.
It's like congratulations.
Can't be any worse than some of the ones I've been on with Ben.
Oh, it's about football. It's about football. I said. I was like, yeah, whatever it is, good luck, Spaz. That is true. Don't go into my live streams. By the way, I will be covering for Harley Dad this Friday night, so it'll be wild.
Oh God. Last time we almost lost his channel.
I got demonetized for damn sake, so you know.
You did?
Yeah.
When?
Like a couple weeks ago.
Oh shit. On one of yours?
Was that? And Spaz froze. What?
Was it yours or Harley's?
No, mine.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what happens if you get demonetized?
You just don't add revenue. You just don't get revenue.
How long do they do that? Usually like a 1 week ban or a day ban? Or...
You can request a review for 21 days, up to 21 days, and then after like 90 to 120 days, you can request to be remonetized, and then they'll review it.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a very slow process. Yeah, that too. Depending on how big of a dicks they want to be. Yeah. And they never tell you what you got demonetized for. They're just like, you're not obliging by the partnership program agreement. That's all they say. They don't put on a video or a segment of a show or anything like that. Nothing. Lockdown, Louisville. We don't play Louisville. Oh, well, Spaz going locked on Louisville. Spread the Oregon word.
Like I told him, I don't know much about Louisville.
Well, I know, I see that, but
spread
the good word of Louisville or Oregon. Oh my God, I can't talk, and I'm out of drink. Why am I still here?
Yeah, I got a couple phone calls I got to make too. So
I'm literally I'm out of drinky.
Oh shit!
And I'm thirsty.
All right, so no post game this week, guys.
Obviously, bye week. Hello, we're gonna win the week.
Yeah.
Unlike Florida State.
We will be back next week, I believe, with a guest. Correct, Ben?
That is right. Next Wednesday. I won't put it up here, but next Wednesday. This is why it's important to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because next Wednesday we will be live at 6:45 p.m. Central, 4:45 Pacific, as we will have Locked on UCLA live with us to preview the Oregon at UCLA game. And I can't wait to see his expectations after that Indiana game. So yeah, it'll be next week. We should have a guest again, locked on UCLA, just different time. So again, notifications important. That way you see us when we're gonna go live. And it'll be set in advance, so you should not miss it. And Spaz, any final thoughts for the bye week? What the team needs to do?
No, just continue to get better, as Dan Lanning said today. He was a little. I know I texted you earlier and told you that it was kind of wild. Dan Lanning was a little short with some of his answers again today. He twice he basically told the media it's none of your guys' business what we're preparing for, how we prepare. That's the team's. Thanks for asking.
And then again, I mean, I'm not surprised. Outside of this game, there hasn't been a ton to be super excited about. So I think he's seen some things where it's like, nah, it's not good. It's not good enough. And I think he's got the time now where they're really addressing those issues and situations. So what will it bring when it comes to at UCLA? I don't know. But that'll be a good insight next week where we talk to the locked on UCLA. It will be good insight. And we get a stress-free weekend this week, at least. That is a good point, too. Really quickly from Captain Hill. That is a good point. I think that has been part of the first couple weeks. I think. And I think he's really trying to set that in to them to go, hey.
Well, you guys heard too. The first 2 weeks is planned. It was planned to just slow walk through these games.
Well, and I agree. Like Idaho, they probably weren't, obviously not trying to put out much. Then Boise, it got probably a lot more stressful, obviously, than it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
because Boise is better than people think they are. And now you start to see different things. UCLA, are they going to hold back? Again, and not show more things because, like, hey, it's a road game. Just get through this. It's UCLA, whatever.
Tony, are you the guy on the left or the right? Curious.
Oh God. Well, you guys contact each other. You know what?
Yep.
Let's we're not gonna drag this out anymore.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming in, Captain. Shout out Ruben again, Ranchito Grill. I will be there Friday, October the 4th, with a lot of other Duck fans. And if you get a chance, stop by Ranchitos on Mohawk Boulevard in Springfield. Ruben, tell them that Spaz sent you. Ruben will take good care of you.
And make sure to tell them, hey, sponsor the Oregon Ducks live show here.
Yeah, he already sponsors Scoop Duck, so maybe we can get him to sponsor us too.
Damn right.
I'll work on that.
And we're cheap. We're cheap too. So
yeah.
No, it doesn't take much. I mean, Jesus.
Case of beer a week.
I'll take that, and I'll promote him on my ass for a case of beer a week.
Right.
That sounded bad actually. All right. Well, everyone, Duck fans, relax. It's a bye week. We should kill this thing.
Yep.
Next week, Wednesday night or Wednesday afternoon Pacific, Wednesday evening. Locked on UCLA should be joining us to preview the UCLA game. So it'll be a lot of fun. So until then, Spaz. Oh my God.
Peace out, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone.
Quack.